Really emotional last night, Michigan State. I want to touch on that for a minute here. And Tom Izzo, before, after the game. I don't think people understand who Tom Izzo is and how ingrained he is in that culture with everything that happened with the shooting at East Lansing. Um, he wears his emotions on his sleeve. Sometimes that hurts him, Doug. But to me, I think the human side of Tom Izzo is something that people just don't talk about enough. That this guy just wants what's good for players, for coaches, for the sport, right? He just, for his community, for the campus, for the students, for all of it. That I just feel like it doesn't come across enough.
No, I mean, a side note, when he recruited me, he had not yet become the head coach at Michigan State. And he called me from the delivery room of his first baby. It's a true story. Who's now a grown woman. And by the way, she's a Michigan State alum. But I don't do people, he's literally been there for 40 years. 40 years. And I think the part, if you remember his speech, when they had kind of the candle lighting ceremony a couple of days ago, he talked about how his son Steven was just in the building like 10 minutes after the shooting. So it strikes you very, very differently when you're personally involved. He's a great representative of the university. Obviously, he's seen a lot, been through a lot. There's a lot of stuff that's gone on in Michigan State. Some former players, things going awry. But I mean, that's the guy that you want to be your coach. That he's transitioned from this energetic assistant become head coach and this dynamic program in a tough part of the country that takes on tough kids and they build this family to now being kind of the grandfatherly figure in college basketball, kind of taking it. Whereas Boeheim's kind of become, the crotchety, get off my lawn, grandpa. Izzo has in many ways softened and become that lovable, huggable grandpa, even for maybe even Michigan fans a little bit, based upon the timing when they played this weekend.
Yeah, I'm glad that Tom Izzo didn't take cracks at the NBA, which he had opportunities for. He's always going to complain a little bit about what's going on in college basketball. But again, to me, it's for the good of the game, Doug. The good of the
No
game,
question.
and that's the biggest thing
It,
to me for Tom Izzo is he stands for the right things.
One thing real quick, okay? Their recruiting class, they have three amazing recruits coming in. There is a this year hasn't been great. I think they'll make the NCAA tournament. It was a big win last night. There is help on the way. If they can get him to stay for multiple years, they're going to be good in East Lansing. Really good.